Hello everyone. Well, as you will have seen in the news, the government have introduced Plan B while they try and determine how serious this new variant of COVID is that they're calling Omicron. Many people have been asking, how does that affect us as church? Well, the government instructions on that have just come out today. And basically the bottom line is, for us on Sundays, we need to go back to wearing face masks, I'm afraid. Now that's not guidance, it's not advice, it's legislated, it's a requirement. There are the same exceptions as before, of course. If you have a medical condition, or for children under 11, don't have to wear masks either. People leading services, people leading singing don't have to wear masks. And I guess probably all of us are pretty frustrated by that. It is worth bearing in mind that in Scotland and Wales, this has been the situation all through this year. They'd never had that freedom from wearing masks that we've had in England. So what difference will it make to us on Sunday? Well, first of all, just to say there are no requirements on social distancing. So yeah, we're not going back into lockdown. That's not what's going on here. It is only masks that are required. Refreshments can be provided as normal in church, and obviously you can take your mask off to have your cup of tea or whatever. We will be asking people to use hand sanitizer when they come in the building. That just seems to be a sensible thing to do. We don't foresee any changes to our Christmas programme at the moment. Everything can carry on as before. Now, if you are a small group leader, if you're a Bible study group leader that meets in the church, or a prayer group leader that meets in the church, or for Thursday fellowship that meets in the church, I'm afraid you do need to wear masks. For home groups, if you meet in private homes, that's fine. You don't have to wear masks. They're not affected by anything that's been said by government recently. Toddling and youth groups are also unaffected because they're working with children. They're again exempt. Park Run Cafe, again exempt because it's a cafe. Don't wear masks in cafes. Some people have noticed that in the legislation there is a line which says you can remove masks while singing. Now our policy, at least to begin with, is that we're going to ask people to keep masks on for singing. Mostly because we don't want to turn it into a divisive issue. We don't want people looking around and saying, oh, they're taking their mask off, or oh, they're not taking their mask off, and suddenly you've got division between us. And I think it's just going to be easier and simpler and better if we all just do the same thing. So we're going to ask that people keep masks on for singing, at least for the time being, and we'll keep it under review, of course. Now, some of you are thinking, well, some of that just doesn't make any sense. And it's true, there are all kinds of inconsistencies, but I think what the government are trying to do is just trying to tweak our behaviour to slow down the spread of this new COVID variant. What they're not asking us to do is to cancel everything. They're really being really clear on that, and I think the churches have lobbied quite hard over the last 12 months or so. And the government have responded to that. They don't want us to cancel Christmas services. They don't want us to go into, it's not a lockdown. That's not what's happening here. So yeah, I just wanted to make that really clear that the government are really just trying to tweak our behaviour, and that's all. So we're just going to carry on basically and do as we're planning to do, only with masks. Now, obviously, inevitably, there are going to be some differences of opinion between us. Some think the risk hasn't really changed very much, while others are feeling more cautious than before. And of course, you're entitled to your own opinion, whatever that might be. All that I'd ask is that we remember that others might feel very differently to you, and to be, as Ephesians 4 puts it, that I've quoted so many times in these last 2 years, to be completely humble and gentle and patient, and bear with one another in love. See you soon. Bye.